You're listening to I Know All About That with Joe and Curtis.
I don't need anybody else's opinion. I know what I'm talking about
There's a lot of confidence there.
because it's me. Suck it up, buttercup, and let's do it.
Well,
Can you do that?
maybe we don't know all about that.
All right, so here we are, episode number 5. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing because you want to start over. I don't know why. It's the same difference.
Well, everything we did was real boring. I about fell asleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I about fell asleep a while ago.
Yeah. I'm looking out for us, okay? I don't want to cover a bunch of the same stuff over and over. We
Okay.
can't just talk about the same stuff over and over.
Okay. Well, that's true.
We gotta spread our wings a little bit. This episode number 5.
We are crows.
We have good point. We have a ton of questions that are out there. I put a prompt out on Facebook for people to submit questions. We usually get 20 to 30 people that respond. Really? Yeah, people are really interested for us to talk about certain things. So, eventually, we'll probably read some comments from our TikTok account. Our TikTok account's doing really good. This past week or 2 weeks ago, we put up a video from the story from episode number 3 when Dad tried to bury our dead horse when I was a kid. That's right. And you couldn't get it you couldn't dig the hole deep enough. That's really what the problem was.
No, we had it deep enough. It just
No,
fell
you
off the chain.
No,
It was wet.
but the hole wasn't deep enough. Straight to
Well,
the point. That's what was
No,
wrong.
we figured when it went in, it was just going to curl up and just.
You ever heard of rigor mortis?
It didn't have no rigor mortis. We made sure because it was moving.
Everything has that.
I didn't have it.
Dad, when it dies, it's going to stiffen up after a while.
Yeah, but we got it pretty quick, and he didn't have to worry about no rigor mortis because he got her down the ground.
Okay. Anyways, my point here is that we put a lot of videos out there, a lot of short videos, short clips, and they do really well on TikTok. So we might go through some of those comments that are pretty funny and see what people have to say.
All right.
Let's go ahead. Episode number 5. Let's roll the intro. You know what that means?
Let's start. Welcome to I Know All About That, episode number 5, coming up here in just a bit.
No, coming up now. You act like we're going to
Oh, coming up now.
throw it to commercial or something.
Now. Your shot, Johnny.
You get so jumpy, okay, with spiders. Not just spiders, anything. I could take anything. I could take anything out of my pocket and throw it at you.
Don't, because I'll be cussing here in a minute.
I know. You get so scared. You scream. If you guys go to our TikTok account, my TikTok account, at Curtis Crowbird, I have several videos of me scaring Dad with a spider. That's all I used to do on TikTok until this podcast.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since I've done that. I've given you a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Where did that fear come from? Where did your spider fear come from?
I don't know where it came from, but it used to be. I don't mind Granddaddy Longlegs. I play with them. I played with them all my life.
Who plays with Granddaddy Longlegs?
Oh, I used to when I was a kid and stuff. I'd pick them up and look at them, and they got that little bitty body. And they're the most poisonous spider out there, but they can't bite you and stuff. So I don't worry about it. But I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but all I can tell you is don't throw one at me. Don't throw anything at me like that out of the blue.
Yeah, don't throw your car keys at him.
Don't throw a car keys because they'll disappear if I get a hold of them.
One time when I was in high school, I got to go on a field trip or a school trip or something. It wasn't a field trip, but a school trip to Disney World. And we went to, which one was it? Hollywood Studios.
I guess.
And all the souvenirs there, right, they're incredibly expensive. That's just kind of how those things operate. And I didn't have a ton of money to spend on souvenirs because of how expensive they were. So I spent all of my souvenir money on this giant rubber spider that was like this big. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
I brought it home. Okay. And immediately throw it at Dad. I get this huge scream.
Yeah.
Terrified.
Yeah.
He takes the spider, goes to the front door, throws it out in the yard,
Yeah.
walks calmly through the house, goes to the garage, gets the lawnmower, and goes and runs over and mows over the spider and throws it into 100 pieces.
Yep. There's no more rubber spider. Didn't care how much it cost you. You learn not to do that. That's just the way it is. Tell them about the time you and old Landon.
Yeah, so a high school buddy of mine, Landon, he lived with us for a couple years, and we decided to play a trick on you for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we went to Mr. Gaddy's, which is basically like a Chuck E. Cheese. And we went to the arcade and won a bunch of those little rings, those spider rings. You know, it's just like a ring with a little spider on top. We won like 50 of those, and we cut the ring part off. And then we taped them in a shoebox, and wrapped it and gave it to you as a gift. And when you opened it, I mean, just terror, absolute terror.
Yeah, the girly scream came out. Didn't really care.
Yeah, that was one of the first videos I ever made, where I like took different angles and I edited it together on an iPad. I don't have it anymore, but
Oh, good. Good.
it was great.
Yeah,
I
it was
loved
good, and I don't know what happened to that shoebox. It's gone. It disappeared too.
Yeah. What about that video I showed you last week of the spider in my shed? Here, let's
Oh,
show.
yeah, the one. Yeah.
Yeah, let's show that.
Yeah. Okay,
Hang
let's
on.
show that. Yeah, let's show it. Thank goodness it's on the phone. I told him to burn the shed. I don't care. He said, well, it's probably dead. I said, I don't care. Burn the shed. You burn the shed. You don't let things like that live. You can rebuild. Find it? Yeah. That's, yeah. See, is that thing frozen in time? Oh, don't do that.
What?
Don't do that stuff.
I just thought you couldn't see it, so I got it closer to your face.
I can see it. If you don't want some cussing on here, you won't do that. Don't do that. Oh, I'm going to have a stroke, and they're going to miss me when I'm gone. They're going to miss me.
Yeah, you say that as if
Yeah, well.
you use that as like
Well.
as if we're not going to miss you. I'm
Well,
going to miss you.
you are going to miss me, and you shouldn't do that because that's what's going to cause you to miss me.
Why do you got a blanket on?
Because I'm a sissy. I'm cold. I'm chilly. I can't help it.
It's not that cold in here.
It's just cold to me. Right now, I'm just cold. I don't know why. I'm just cold. I'll probably turn the heat on in the truck when I'm going home. 'Cause I'll be
Okay.
cold.
All right.
I'm just cold.
We got a new segment idea. We're not going to start it this show. It'll probably be in a couple shows when we start it. I got to do some planning. It's a great segment idea. It's I don't know what we're going to call it. Okay? But you said I like ketchup on everything.
Let's
So
catch up. Let's catch up.
That's a great idea. Let's catch up. You said you like ketchup on everything, so we're going to put
Pert near.
ketchup on everything.
Pert near everything.
And see,
Depends on
near.
when I'm eating it, and if I feel like I want to dip it in ketchup, I just dip it in ketchup when I'm eating it. It don't have to be on there. If I feel like when I'm eating a mayonnaise sandwich, and if I feel like putting ketchup on my plate and dipping it in ketchup, I just dip it in ketchup and eat it too. It don't bother me. It doesn't matter.
Can we back up for a second?
Okay. I don't hear no buzzing, but go ahead.
Mayonnaise sandwich.
Miracle Whip sandwich. Miracle Whip sandwich, just by itself. And
What else is on the sandwich?
Miracle Whip sandwich. Miracle Whip and bread. And once in a while, I will take a little ketchup, put it on a plate, and dip it in there and eat it. If I'm eating chips, sometimes I'll take ketchup, put it on a plate, and dip the chips in the ketchup and eat it. And just depends. Like I could be sitting there eating at grandma's on Sundays. You know, depends on what we have, roast beef, whatever, taters, whatever. I put ketchup on the side, dip my roast beef in there. I'll dip my tater in there. I'll dip my green beans. Sometimes I'll mix the slaw a little bit and eat it. That's just ketchup.
Okay, well, we're going to test that theory.
Well, you can
with
test
this new.
Now, it has to be that inkling for me to do it.
No. In this segment, it's going to be my inkling for you to do it.
I may not eat it.
I think you're going to have to for the people. You
Well,
can't
man.
back out.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Would you ever consider eating the world's hottest gummy bear?
No.
What about the world's hottest chip?
Chips, okay. Gummy bears are nasty. It's like, I don't know. It's like rubber. You don't even know.
It's kind of gummy.
They make that mud pie stuff with gummy bears in it. You know what I'm talking about? Mud cake.
Dirt pudding.
Yeah. Well.
And they put gummy worms.
Yeah.
in it.
That's. You might as
You
well
can
just
work around it. You don't have to eat the gummy.
Well, I
worms.
do sometimes. Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
I do that.
Yeah.
And it's like an electric bicycle.
What does that have to do with electric?
I'm just telling you, it's the same difference. It's just dumb.
No, but
It's dumb.
oh, you're just saying electric bicycle
It's
stuff.
dumb. Yeah.
Why is that dumb?
It's just dumb.
Okay. Why
Doctor
is
says go home and turn on that bicycle. Okay. My wrist is getting more exercise than my legs are.
So okay, you don't like electric bicycles?
I don't. I just think it's a waste of time.
A waste of time?
Yeah.
How's that? It saves time. It's quicker. Some of them go 30 miles an hour.
Well, if they die right there where they are, how you gonna get to where?
You pedal them.
Well, then you
have
can't.
both.
You can't pedal them because you don't feel like pedaling because you've had an electric start the whole time. That don't
Why
make
do you
any
care
sense.
so much? You don't even ride a regular bike.
Well,
You act like you're defending your own people,
Yeah,
and you drive in a truck all the time.
Well, okay, but maybe I'll start riding a bicycle. I'm not going to get an electric
You
bicycle.
won't.
You don't know.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I know. You're not going to ride a bike.
You don't know. You don't know.
What makes you think I don't know?
Well, because you don't know.
So
I know.
in this case, I know all about that.
No,
and
you don't.
I'm willing to bet. What do you want to wager? I'm willing to bet that you don't get or ride a bike within the next 8 months.
What are you going to wager?
It's up to you. How about this? If by, let's just say, close to the end of summer, so if by August 1st you haven't gotten a bike and rode it regularly.
How long's regular for you?
Well,
Just ride
so
it?
when I was into mountain biking, I would go like 2 or 3 days a
Yeah, that's
week.
probably still hanging on the wall.
I still have it.
Probably hanging
I'll
on
probably
the wall.
ride it to work when it warms back up.
I doubt it.
I probably
Well, you
will.
got a lot of equipment. You can't carry everything on that bicycle. Now, if you
The
had an electric
equipment stays
bicycle, you
there.
just put it in a little trunk and just pull it.
So we're going to get back to that, but let's get back to this wager. If you don't have one, if you're not on a bike ride one by August 1st, you have to do the world's hottest chip challenge.
Okay.
And if you are, I do it.
Well, we'll both do it at the same time. 'Cause I don't.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
One or the other.
Okay. All right. All right. Somebody's got to remind me because
No.
I'll
That's not how that works.
Somebody texted me to tell me, hey, you got to get that bicycle before August the 1st.
Let's talk about electric bikes. I don't know why you don't like them. There is a good use for them.
What?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. Calm down a little bit. Get a little feisty.
Well,
I didn't know of this use initially. See, what a lot of people do, like mountain bikers will have electric bikes. They're not fully electric, but what they'll do is like they will have an electric bike that assists them on the ascent, like going up the hill
yeah.
in order to come back down. So like it makes it going up easier.
Oh, yeah, but see, you don't want it to be easier. You want that.
If you're mountain
you want
biking,
that workout.
if it's a certain type of mountain biking, you're there for the descent. You're there to have fun riding downhill and doing all that stuff. And so it just helps. If you're going up and down the hills like 2 or 3 times a day, if not more, it's nice to have that. Another thing that an electric bike
Wish
is
I
good.
had that when I was in school because, man, we had to walk uphill both ways in the
Yeah.
snow. And sometimes it's tough, but we made it. We made it.
That doesn't even, uphill both ways doesn't even make sense. It's impossible.
It happened, though.
No, it didn't.
You weren't there.
Explain to me how you go uphill
I'm
both
not going to
ways.
explain it to you. I don't have to explain it to you. I know what happened.
That's what you're telling me when you say that. What you're telling me is
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
let's go back to electric bicycle.
Yeah.
You
You want another good reason for them?
no, I think they took that off the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That's a pretty good flick if you like those kinds of
What are you
movies.
talking about? How'd that come off that movie?
Yeah, that's something electric car and stuff and all that stuff, flying cars. So they say, oh, let's just make an electric bicycle off Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
You know they have electric cars.
Oh, yeah, I saw
How do you
something.
feel about those?
Well, No.
Why not?
You're on vacation, going up a big mountain, all of a sudden it just dies on you. What are you going to do? You're not going to be able to pedal it. You're not going to be able to push it.
So hear me out.
We're not the Flintstones, so it's not going to happen.
Do you recall, and we don't have to name names, do you recall a vacation that you went on in the past 3 to 4 years where your vehicle died on the way there?
I don't think I do.
It was a Suburban? Was that an electric vehicle?
No, it's gas-powered.
Okay. How'd you guys solve that problem?
Took to the shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it didn't.
So we can't use that as a reason why we don't like electric cars.
What?
Because
It's
the
not the same thing.
gas vehicles break down too.
Oh, my gosh.
You don't even have a response to that.
I got one, but you don't want to hear it.
I do want to hear
No,
it.
you don't.
Let's hear it.
Nope. Freaking sucks. It's not electric. It wasn't an electric car.
I know. My point, you told me, you just said, and it's recorded, by the way. I don't know if you know this. We're recording this.
Oh.
You just said, what if you're on vacation? You go up a hill and the car breaks down on you. What are you going to do? That's no different than a regular car. So if you don't like electric cars, what's another reason besides that? That doesn't work.
They're too small.
They're the same size.
No,
they make trucks.
Not necessarily.
Ford makes the
Well,
Ford Lightning, which is the exact same as an F-150.
I'll tell you what. A lot of things are starting to go electric. You can't even. I read an article.
Don't change the subject.
I'm not. I read an article in 2035. Diesel fuel and gasoline fueled vehicles and things are going to be gone.
Well, I think what's going to happen is
we're going to do like they said on plug it in on that deodorizer. Plug it in.
I don't want to get into my opinion on electric cars. That's the problem. We're not going to be able to support everybody at home charging their cars at night. First off,
That's right.
But anyways,
That's
I don't
my
want to get
charger.
to that.
No, it's my charger.
But the manufacturers are definitely stopping the production and creation of gas-powered combustion engine cars. Because
don't tell me about pollution.
That's why.
I don't want to hear that.
I know you don't. But that's the reason. Sustainability.
Oh my gosh. Plug it in. No, that's my charger. You can't use that. I gotta have it.
Okay, here's a new question I have for you. This is a good one, sent in by a viewer. Have you ever committed a crime?
Yeah. Sure have.
Care to elaborate?
I don't care. When I was in, maybe junior high, I wanted these shoes called boat shoes. Put a little penny in the top of them there.
Talking about penny loafers?
Yeah, but I call them boat shoes back then. Okay, so I went to the store in Evansville and was kind of just looking around. I was with one of my friends, and he was in the other section, and so I tried them on. Didn't realize I had them on. So we left the store, and I got back to where we were.
You can't tell me
I thought
that.
Wait a minute.
What had happened was I tried them on.
Well,
right.
I did leave in my old pair, so it was all right. Old pair of tennis shoes I had, so. It was pretty cool.
You can't tell me that.
I did go back and
did you take them back?
I took them back and paid for them. I went back and paid for them.
Okay.
But I didn't get in any trouble, but I tried them on, walked around the store waiting for my friend. We was doing other stuff, messing around the store. We would play with balls and stuff in the aisles and stuff. It's like Kmart or something. I can't remember what it was, but just didn't think about it. Left my other ones in the box. Put the box on the little chair where I sat to try them on, and just left. And a couple days later, went
That's a real at-home try-on situation, like a 2-day free trial.
yeah, I liked
Did you
them.
tell them that you brought them back, or did you just go?
No, I
in
went
there?
up to the cash register, cash person. Like they have that, like Walmart, they have that place you can go and return stuff and
Yeah.
everything. But
Customer service.
back then, it wasn't. They didn't have all that. So
Okay.
I went there and told them. I said, "Hey, I think I got a little problem here." They explained it to him. They just looked at me like, "Okay." I said, "I can show you where it was," and believe it or not.
Nobody bought your shoe.
My box was still there. It was on the shelf. I thought that's funny.
Nobody bought them.
And I said, I want these loafers I have on. And back
Did
then,
you buy them?
Yeah, they were only like $8 or $12. They weren't very expensive.
Did you take your old shoes with you, or did you go ahead and just leave those?
I just left those.
Little trade-in program.
I didn't hear about those, but it was kind of funny.
That's a good story.
Oh, that's probably not the only.
Well,
crime.
speaking of Walmart, you were talking about the customer service there at Walmart. Are you
Yeah.
getting ready to leave? You're
No, I'm just sitting
leaning.
up.
Okay.
Cold.
I wonder how that's focusing on you, how the camera's doing. Hope it's doing well.
Yeah, it is. I can see it.
All right. So speaking of Walmart, you were talking about the customer service there at Walmart.
Just had to do it.
You know, one of these days we're gonna migrate to like
Evolution.
we're gonna migrate to like actual microphones at some point.
Oh, cool.
I hesitate because this is all part of the show, right? This is all part of the character.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I love these mics.
I do too.
They're not like as high quality sound as what I
No, but they're good.
like.
They're good.
They do a really good job. The other thing I don't like is the cable. When you guys hear the cable moving back and forth, especially on Dad's mic.
I don't hear it. I don't think anybody pays attention to that when they're listening
No,
to this.
somebody pointed it out.
Oh, they did? We'll tell them point something else out.
Okay.
Point something else out.
Arlo, point something else out. My dad doesn't like that.
Who says that?
Arlo.
Who's Arlo?
It's a guy I know.
Oh.
Listens to the show.
Oh. If he's got, does he have cableless mics we can use?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and tell it. But
Anyways, Walmart, right? You were talking about customer service. How do you feel about self-checkout at Walmart?
oh my gosh. I'm going to, next time I go, I'm probably just going to ride my electric bicycle through there and swipe and go home. I mean, what's the difference? I mean,
What does that even mean?
well, it takes away jobs. People need
Okay,
jobs.
there's a real take. I appreciate that
People
take.
need jobs. I don't understand that. But you know what? With technology the way it is today, I think that's where it's heading. And it's sad because sometimes people, well, they make mistakes both. In the regular checkout and the self-checkout, they may swipe something twice, and not realize it. Sometimes I do that because I got two of the same thing. But anyway,
Do you go to self-checkout?
sometimes, and it's
How's that go?
real basic. I don't have a lot. I have maybe 4 items. And
Is that your limit, 4 or 5 items?
Well, yeah, when I go to self-checkout, because I don't like self-checkout. Then trying to feed the money into the, I try
Because you're doing cash. You're doing the
well,
cash route.
I do my debit card sometimes, but the other day I had some cash, and I thought, I'll feed it in there. It wasn't going in there, and I was getting frustrated, and I looked, and of course I was trying to put it in the receipt hole. So
Yeah. Yeah. Wrong one. Wrong one.
It wouldn't go. But anyway, I finally got it, and then so anyway, I just don't know. It takes away jobs for people. I don't. But
Well, that's not entirely true because I still see 3 or 4, and depending on how busy it is, sometimes even more workers there because there's always something that goes wrong, or like you've got something that you have to weigh, or something that they have to come up and approve because it's something you have to be 18 or older to buy. There's always something that, and people are still needed.
I know,
I
but
think it speeds things up a little bit.
well, you'd think, but sometimes not, especially around the holidays.
Well, let's be honest. Walmart has never filled up all the registers they have anyways.
Yeah. And when there's got, 20 people in 3 lines and one self-checkout and there's other
Sorry about that. My phone went off.
There's other cash registers not even open. They need to open. So I don't know. But then again, I tell myself it's hard to find help today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand that, and that may be one reason they do that. I'm not totally against that, the self checkout. But I see it. I see good and I see bad. But who am I? I'm just an average Joe.
Before you came over here, you're talking about Fazolis. What do you think of Fazolis?
Well, today wasn't very good. I don't know what it was. It's like you got less for more money. I don't know. It just didn't taste very good.
What'd you get?
I got me some pasta
What kind of pasta?
with noodles, a salad, and we got like 6 breadsticks.
I don't know much about Italian food,
And
but I do know that there are a lot of
It was-
pastas with noodles. I
it
need
was
a
just
little
pasta.
bit more.
It didn't have any meat on it or anything. It was
What
just pasta.
what shape were the noodles
They
in?
were little square, rectangularly, long, lengthy things. Just noodles.
Were they kind of like cylinder circles?
No, just square, rectangle. Just noodles.
I'm just trying to. It wasn't spaghetti, right?
It wasn't spaghetti. I know what spaghetti looks like. Mom got some spaghetti. She always gets spaghetti.
Okay, well, we're talking about
so
what you got. So,
I got me some.
was it fettuccine Alfredo?
It could have been.
Was it chicken fettuccine Alfredo?
No, it didn't have any meat in it. Well, it had a little bit. Probably was. I think it was. It was a special. So I got that, about this big, and a salad, which salad wasn't very good.
Well, I mean, you got a salad at Fazolis, so.
Just what? Usually it's better. And Mom told me that usually I get the broccoli and chicken and stuff all mixed in there, pasta and stuff, but I didn't get that today. I don't know. It just didn't taste very good.
So that's your final review. If you had to rate Fazolis out of 5 stars, what would it be?
2.
2 stars?
For me, it'd be 2. Barely 2.
If you had to leave a review on Yelp, what would it say?
Help. What's Yelp? What is Yelp?
It's a place for it's a place for people to leave reviews for restaurants and businesses.
No,
and stuff.
nobody ever Yelp. I've never
It
heard
used to
of
be a
Yelp.
really big thing. People still actually kind of use it quite a bit.
Well, where at?
Well, I would say mainly in cities. Like if you're going to go try a new place in a city will have hundreds, if not thousands, of places to try food. And if you want to know how it is, you go to something like Yelp to see the reviews.
Yelp.
Yelp.
Yelp. Yelp.
Yeah.
Yelp me.
Yeah, maybe it's short for Yell for help.
Yelp me. Yelp me. I'm having trouble with this food. Yelp me. Oh, God. Electric bicycle.
You got to get off the electric bike.
Self-checkouts. Yelp. Boy, we're rocking
right,
them here.
okay.
We're rocking them here, aren't we?
Let's move on. What is an ick?
Ick. Where did that come from? Ick.
I can't remember which generation it is. It's not the millennials, but it's someone after the millennials. It might be the millennials.
That's not me, 'cause I don't know what an ick is.
Well, you're not a millennial. Maybe you are. I don't
I'm
know.
a bilennial.
I don't think that's. I don't think that means what you think it means.
Ick. Ick. Ick.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Ick.
A coworker friend of mine sent in a question that said you should ask your dad what is an ick, and I said, first off, you're going to have to tell me what an ick is.
Ick.
And it's basically means, okay, just saying it over and over isn't getting you any closer.
Yeah,
Just,
I think it is.
I mean, you're on the right track, but I need to be able to talk you through it.
Okay.
An ick is like, if you say, what is an ick about me? It would mean, what is something about me that you don't like?
Yeah.
That's what an ick is. It's just a short way of saying, I don't like that thing about you.
Cottage cheese. Ick.
No, that's something you just don't like. It's mainly, what do you not like about a person or a thing?
Oh, so it's about a person or a thing.
That thing, like that person has an ick, meaning that person, you don't like that so-and-so eats their food like a cow that just found a new patch of grass.
With ketchup.
Does that sound familiar?
Like a cow with a new patch of grass.
That's what it sounds like when you eat.
Who eats?
You.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's aggressive.
Well,
It's a lot to handle.
Because I like my food. And it's okay, but I don't chew with my mouth open. I just chew the food.
You chew it, your mouth's wide open when you chew that stuff.
Well, it's like chewing on my cud.
That's what I mean. That's what it sounds. That's why. Yeah. That's why they talk about cow.
But every time I eat, people always think it's like, that's disgusting. No, I'm just
Okay,
eating.
so hang on.
I'm just eating.
Let's clear this up for a second. Just if you think that people when you say everybody thinks that it sounds that way and you don't think it does, maybe you should think about the fact that it does, because everybody thinks that. You know what I mean?
That's everybody's own opinion.
But everyone else's opinion is the same except yours.
Because they're just being rude. They think
I think it's the opposite.
They think that person's being rude, and I'm not being rude. I'm just chewing my food.
Like a cow.
I just chew my food. I've never had anybody, oh, you chew your food like a cow. I've eaten like that all my life, and nobody's ever responded like that. Ick.
Well, you just said that people think you chew
loud.
loud.
That must be what it is, but I'm going to keep chewing my food like I want to chew my food.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to do things I want to do the way I want to do them, the way I've been doing them. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Put that on a T-shirt. It's a good T-shirt idea.
It's okay?
No. I'm gonna do things. Well, I don't even know what you said. I'm gonna have to go back to the recording to get the full sentence. But
I'm gonna do things the way I've been doing them because that's the way I've always done them. It's okay. It's okay. Nobody's ever said, people have said sometimes, well, chew with your mouth closed. Well, sometimes I do. It's like I can't get that good taste of chewing with my mouth closed. No, I'll gum myself to death with my teeth, and I know. I want to chew my food away.
Well, you don't have to be that aggressive.
It's like,
that was so,
okay, but so what?
What you did was so aggressive.
So what? It's like chewing gum. I like chewing gum.
But you don't have to. It doesn't have to sound like that, though.
Well, what's so bad about that?
It's annoying.
Well, turn your ears off then, because that's the way I'm going to chew my gum. I'm going to chew it the way I want to chew it.
All right.
Ick if you don't like it.
Okay.
That's what's wrong with today's society.
Okay.
That's what's wrong.
Yeah.
We're picking things out that don't mount to a hill of beans.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, you can't do anything anymore. You can't blow your nose in public. You can't. Mm-hmm. You can't just do things you normally did as a youngster. Mm-hmm. Everything's got to be different today. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
Was that you good?
I'm good.
Okay, here's a good question to end on. I like this question. This question went around the internet for a little while, and everybody was debating it, and I'd like to know what you think. Does a straw have one hole or two holes?
Oh, gosh. I'm not sitting here trying to figure it out because it's just dumb.
Well, what's your opinion?
It's got to have two, one on each end. How are you going to get stuff through it? A straw.
But the argument is that that's just one hole with two entrances.
It's one long straw with two holes, one on one end, one on the other.
No, we're talking about holes, not hose. It has one hole or two hole.
Well, if it's a one-holed straw, then you're not going to get anything out of it.
You think?
Yeah.
So you don't think the whole thing is a hole. You just think that the end of it, the opening, is a hole. That's your definition.
There's two. Yeah, the whole thing's a straw with two openings.
Mm-hmm. So that's your definition.
So when I get done using the part I'm using,
yeah.
If I use a straw, sometimes I'll use it so much that I'll turn it around and use the other end. So it's a clean hole there.
So My gosh, I don't even know what to say. That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it does.
Will
Why
you
would
wear
a s-
one side out? Is it a paper straw?
Yeah, sometimes. No,
How do you
paper
feel
straw.
about paper straws?
Paper straw. Well, they used to use those, I guess, back in the day with malts and stuff. But don't get one of those because they don't. You end up chewing that thing to bits.
Well, you can't use plastic straws anymore because they kill the sea turtles.
They make metal straws now.
Yeah. How do you feel about those?
I think we got a couple. I think we got some at home. I haven't used them yet. I
So-
know some people who use them, but
So, one hole or two holes?
I'm gonna say two, one at each end.
There you have it. A straw has two holes. And that will do it on this episode of I Know All About That with Joe and Curtis. Dad, got anything to say on the way out?
And until next time, we'll be back. Don't you worry. That's all I want to say.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.